Hello and welcome to the New Normal with Steve Benaquist. I'm the New Normal and this is the Steve Benaquist. It is episode 97 on January 12th, 2021, and we haven't gotten to any letters in a while, and the world's in a crazy state of flux. We don't know what's happening with we know what's supposed to happen with the inauguration, but Donald Trump is ever the wild card. People are dying every day, at least 4,000 or so from COVID. That's the normal we're living in. I'm going to check in on something hopefully a little more inspiring and read some of your letters because they have been coming in. All right, so let's just see how many we can crank through in a few minutes. First up, we have Frank from Toronto. Hey, Steve, with 4,000 Americans dying a day from COVID, it's kind of hoping not to be depressing, and Donald Trump seemingly about to push this country into civil war, arguably things are way worse now than they were in August when you hid under your bed, went crazy, and made an imaginary friend out of a kombucha fermenting mold. Why do you think you're holding it together so well? I'm not, Frank. Moving on. Next we have Adam Schiff in Los Angeles, California. Dear Steve, my staff informs me that on your show you said you called and spoke to me personally about impeaching President Trump and that I begged off and said I was done, and not interested. This is an outrage. The rest of it's a little blurred. I'm sorry I can't finish that. But Representative Schiff, sorry for any misunderstanding. Must have been a different Adam Schiff. All right, next up we have Deborah from Halifax. Deborah says, Dear Steve, what's that thing on top of the chair over your shoulder? Not ready to reveal that yet. All right, next up we have Julie from Windermere, Florida. She says, Dear Steve, amazing you're almost at 100 episodes. For those of us who use a decimal counting system, that is when you first reach 3 digits. Exciting. It is, frankly. You see the numbers turn over. I love the t-shirt giveaway. Super duper design. Plus, I'm a cheap, conniving bastard. So I've donated a single $1 and nothing more to your Venmo for my raffle ticket. And I've followed Normal Noon on Twitter, subscribed to your YouTube channel, and liked the Noon Normal Facebook page for a total of 4 virtual tickets for your raffle. I like those odds. And she put a period between each of those as if it were a sentence, so that I'd have to read that way. And after January 20th, episode 100, when I, underlined several times, win that Noon Normal shirt, I'm ordering the largest size, thus fully maximizing my reward. Love, Julie. Well, Julie, I knew what I was in for when I set things up that way. I just wanted to engage the audience, get more likes and viewers. Your odds are pretty good at the moment, but people do have until the 20th. We'll announce the winner on episode 101 after we have our safely inaugurated new president. So you go for it, girl, and hey, donate another single $1 under false aliases, you cheap bastard. All right, next up we have Julian from Julian, California. Julian says, Dear Steve, I'm an evangelical Christian, and my pastor has been warning me, and the rest of our congregation, to be fair, of the evils of comic books. He also recently noticed, just last Wednesday, in fact, that President Trump has some moral weaknesses and is convinced that Donald Trump was led astray by Donald Duck. What do you think about that? Signed, Julian in Julian. Well, Julian, it's interesting you say that because I actually just today did pick up this Donald Duck collection by the great Carl Barks, former animator, amazing storyteller, great efficiency of design. And I think I found evidence to back your claim in this story, Under the Polar Ice. Now, Donald, famous for his temper, sometimes vaingloriousness, and willingness to rope other people in and throw them under the bus, it kind of sounds familiar. He enters the scene trying to be saved from a terrible fate, which is that he was late for a meeting too many times of his Rotary Club type thing, and he's been assigned to peel 5 potato sacks. The kids are off to do a test for the Junior Woodchucks, which is kind of like the Cub Scouts, but more science-y. And he says, Donald says, running after them, I've got it. I'll get the kids home early. I'll cause them to get flunked in the first round. When faced with loss, Donald, a duck, resorts to cheating and trickery. So he hauls out a giant magnet, it throws off their navigation equipment, and they go to, they win anyway because they use their inner sense of direction. Pigeon, an interesting nod to the fact that they are birds. So, Karl Barks is the best. They go to the North Pole with the Navy in a submarine, and they're there to do some work. And Donald he stows away and gets them in even more trouble, then runs off because he's been assigned to peel even more potatoes as a punishment for being a stowaway. Everyone ate potatoes, I guess. It was like a post-military. This was from the late 50s or so. And then he runs off, lures the kids away. The ice flows compact. There's a lot of story here. And they are abandoned by the submarine, which has to submerge to get to safety. Finally, Donald's nose, or beak, I guess, but his sense of smell, leads them back. When the submarine surfaces, he smells the potatoes and decides he loves them because he had gotten very hungry, and he's very willing to do the work and is apologetic. Now, that's where the similarities between the two Donalds diverges, and that's also why we've loved Donald Duck for almost 100 years, because in the end, he makes the right choice. Will President Donald make that choice? I don't think so. Anyway, you can tell your pastor right on. All right, one last letter we have from Pat in Flat Plains, Kansas. Feels good. Thank you, Pat. And that's about all we have time for in this episode of The New Normal. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes.
Excuse me.
Yes,
Steve.
Lyle, yes.
Didn't mean to barge in.
All right,
but I
let's
see
give
the
it
episode
about
wrapping
10
up and,
seconds.
the Howard's been breathing on
I don't
my
know
neck.
if I'm really going to
I
stop
really gotta
talking. You
get
can say
that
it
wobble
over
plug
me.
that you promised and said it was okay.
Yeah,
All right,
Wobble
Wobble
Grill.
Grill is nutritious, delicious, Asian inspired.
Wabba dabba doo.
And
All right.
wabba dabba doo.
And
all right. Oh, yeah, man,
I'm Steve Benaquist telling you until next time. Hey, man, like us, subscribe to us. Follow us on the Twitter and the Facebook, and get yourself one of them t-shirts, whether by buying one or entering the raffle. You got a week left from today. And there you go. Till next time, if it ain't new, it ain't normal.